So, is it a sin to be married and not want to have any children? Listen, God is merciful. God is full of grace and mercy. This question is not black and white, yes or no, because gener- generally speaking, if you are to speak about men, a regular healthy man wants a legacy. He wants children to carry on his legacy, his name, traditions, convictions. Men want to have children to carry on what they have accomplished on this earth. Healthy men, okay? Now, a healthy woman wants to be nurturing, to be comforting, to have a home with children, safety and security with children or a child. That is a healthy female, okay? Healthy. Now, I understand that the word healthy can be a relative term, but what I mean by that is health in mind, as in mental health is stable, they are secured in their identity, they know who they are in Christ Jesus, they're focused, they're disciplined, a healthy person, okay? Now, the question is being asked, is it a sin? I have to say that question is very superficial. No harm intended. It's a superficial question because the question would have to be, why doesn't a healthy man want to leave behind children, or a healthy woman want to bring forth children through her womb? I understand that we live in a society that sees like the aesthetics of being pregnant and then the postpartum body not being sexy, but generally speaking, that's a regular person wants these things, okay? Now, the why is important because people may have had childhoods where things happened or expectations were not met for a child to feel safe and secured in their childhood, and they see it better to not bring any children, or they feel ill-equipped to rear children, or they feel like the earth is just falling apart. They don't want to be part of their overpopulation. There's so many reasons people decide not to have children. But I suggest, instead of asking me whether it's a sin or not, you go to God, who said, be fruitful and multiply, and tell him how you feel. Pour out your heart to God and tell God how you feel. As a couple, like, get together. This is gonna be a beautiful prayer. Get together as a couple and pour out your hearts to God and tell him the reasons why. And then also individually pour out your heart to God and tell him why you feel like it is not suitable to bring a child on this earth. Because the reason I say pour out your heart to God is because if God's will is for you to bring forth 1, 2, 3, 4, I don't know how many children onto this earth through your womb, through your loin, if you're a man, you're basically going against his will. You are not within the will of God, right? Hebrews 10:7 is my guiding point for anything that is very complex to answer. Behold, I come in the volume of the book that is written of me to do your will, O God. Let your will be done. Let your kingdom come on earth as it is in heaven. So there is a book in heaven, and within that book it is written how many children should come through you. Now, you can decide not to do that, but God's will and God's ways are not always, they're very far apart, which is why I said you pour out your heart towards God. And if there's any form of trauma or disappointment or negligence in childhood, or expectations were not met, God can heal that in the core of your heart. He can heal all that and then give you the desire to have a child. It is God who gives us the desires of what he wants us to do on this earth. He gives us that desire, like, Lord, if you say this prayer, I relinquish your will for my will. Let your will be done in my life. I'm here on assignment. I'm not here forever. I'm just transitioning through, and I want your will to be done in my life as it is written in heaven of me, according to Hebrews 10:7. Then he'll be able to give you his desires for your life. Okay? He'll give you his desires for your life here on earth. But you have to do the hard prayers. The prayers that require us to give up our desires, our wants, our will for his desires, his wants, his will. But ultimately, we know that we can trust him because he is trustworthy, right?